Swimming and eating. It's so underneath mommy's boobies.
This year has been hard on everybody. This has been a hard year for a lot of people.
I just need to use my imagination in different ways.
Yeah, you definitely do.
Well, concerning the speech of the Gibbons twins, when a speech therapist recorded what was being said and slowed it down considerably, it was discovered that they were actually speaking Bajan Creole extraordinarily fast, faster than anyone but them could process.
Think about how crazy that is to like sit with the twins and record them speaking, and then it's just like them going like very intense, metallic, like you can't understand. And then they just put it on the radio and they slow it down. They're like, "You want some bread? I'll take some bread." And you're like, "That's so weird."
Bullied for being both strange and for being the only black children in their small Welsh town, Jennifer and June began speaking to nobody but each other. And if communication was necessary, they'd write notes. But their seems to be extraordinarily long-term. It was theorized that Jennifer, seemingly the less intelligent of the two, controlled June through subtle facial tics and body language, making Jennifer the primary.
Wow, that's cool. That's what we have to wonder. Master Blaster, was Blaster not in charge of Master? We just will never know.
I think that is what they're saying.
Yeah.
These twins also defined codependency. This is another story of catatonia. When their parents tried separating them by sending the girls to different boarding schools, they both went completely catatonic and seemed not only unwilling, but unable to communicate until they were reunited.
And I think you will see a stripe of this in the Erickson twins story as well, where there's something about pulling them apart, either makes them go catatonic or something like it kind of breaks the spell for a little bit. Something happens, and then they come back together. It's very strange.
Yeah.
Once back together, the Gibbons sisters began writing novels set in a bizarre, almost dystopian version of 1950s America. One novel was Pepsi Cola Addict, which was about a teenager who drank 300 cans of Pepsi a day while improbably living in a tenement house in Malibu.
That's called a TikTok influencer.
Absolutely.
But this is actually an incredible, I mean, I love that concept.
Yeah.
And how was the novel?
Oh, it's very difficult to read. Very, very few copies exist of it. It's scattered. All of their novels were scattered. They wrote dozens of novels, plays, thousands of pages of diaries.
A spectrum. Let's do Dianetics and David Icke. On the spectrum of David Icke's the greatest.
David Icke surprisingly is very.
No, it is not easy to read. The greatest answer or whatever.
But it has a flow. Dianetics is a con man tapping like as fast as humanly possible. So that's more of like an improv lecture. That's what I would call that.
So this is closer to Dianetics.
It's fiction. I mean, this is 100% fiction.
This is closer to Battlefield Earth.
Oh. Yeah.
Which also I want to read, but it's got a flow. And it's about leverage.
I know it is.
Well, the Gibbons, I mean, they had some cool ideas. They had another novel called The Pugilist. That was about a physician who kills the family dog for its heart so he can transplant the organ into his child. Except the dog's spirit survives the operation, and the child dog kills the father in revenge.
That's fucking awesome.
No, that's the Shaggy dog.
Yeah, man, that's a good
the
reboot.
Shaggy dog with the murder at the end.
That's fucking killer.
I'm just saying that's not unique of an idea.
No, I'm not saying it's unique. I'm saying it's great.
But when the literary world ignored the Gibbons sisters, and when they self-published Pepsi Cola Addict through a vanity press to no acclaim, the then teenage twins turned to rapidly escalating juvenile delinquency.
Cool.
It began with shoplifting,